Hi, how's it going? In his book, Tao Te Ching, Lao-Tzu once said, "Everybody on earth knowing that beauty is beautiful makes ugliness. Everybody knowing that goodness is good makes wickedness. For being and non-being arise together, hard and easy, complete each other, long and short, shape each other, high and low, depend on each other, note and voice, makes the music together, before and after, follow each other." Now what does that suggest? At least to me. It suggests that for any type of version of good that we think is moral and good and beneficiary, it suggests that there is an exactly opposite way to it. For example, help a nanny or a grandma or a grandpa trying to pass on the streets and basically help them do what they needed help for. They couldn't do it by themselves, and you provided some help for them to do it. Well, in those scenarios, I can almost guarantee you most people will agree that yes, this is morally good thing to be done, good things to be done. And almost nobody would disagree with that. But the thing is that for one thing to be said that is globally correct and morally good, basically it also makes the idea in the head, at least when it comes to thinking, that there can also be a completely opposite side of it. For example, you're the guy who stole that little kid's ball, or you're the person who completely ignored the old man or woman's need for help and basically ignored or even pushed them on the streets, and may as well a vehicle could hurt these people, right? For everything that is supposedly morally good and right, there is a complete opposite to it. And so I have the impression that it seems like that for everything that is considered to be good, there's also a thing that can be, look at this, bad, right? And so if you, let's say, help an old man or a woman pass on the street, that is a plus. Let's say it's a small number. It's 3. God only makes this 3. It's 3. Yeah, that's better. But if you are someone who's going to prevent that from happening or help them in the first place, you not helping these people basically would be a simple thing known as minus, or something that is counted as something negative because it's considered to be bad, and it is equally the opposite way, right? And so there are many other things in life that are considered to be a lot higher in volume, like for example making a charity. This can be considered to be plus 20. I have no specific way of saying this, if it is right or wrong or good or bad. I'm just saying that hypothetically, right? Let's say you try to help bigger scale of people. But let's say that you can also be a person that may as well take resources from children who need it. Whatever, right? And so for whatever one thing that we think is good or beneficiary to most people, if not everyone, there's also an opposite way of looking at it, right? And so what I was thinking about this topic is that if someone is basically able to realize what he or she does, at least from a perspective, if someone is sitting behind and he's thinking whatever he is she about to do, right? Think before you act, that sort of thing. If someone sits there and basically think whatever for every move what you can do right, you can also do it wrong. And so what I found with this is that mentally at least, for whatever one good thing, there's a bad thing. And basically, if you add those things up, uh, basically I realized that you may as well say that it's a zero-sum game. Basically the world, and however we work alongside with this beautiful, gorgeous planet, is that we live in a constant balance, whether we like it or not. And so, a way that I think humans may as well escape so-called this is that, well, what I mean by escape is that where there is actually not necessarily a plus or a minus to every situation. Basically, it can be considered as this, as to whether you are conscious of what this world is and how you see the world consciously or not. So, what I mean by this is essentially when you do not realize that everything is in balance, basically. And someone who doesn't know this may as well continue to believe that there is such thing as only one this or only one that. And basically, if you are conscious of this thing, you are basically here where you see the exact same world and you get to realize that those things both exist. All this because I thought of that quote that I show you before, yes, from Lao-Tzu, basically saying that whenever we define something to be beautiful, already ugliness exists. Personally, that took me a lot of time to realize that, but now I think I can grasp this idea much better. If someone, for example, was about to think the question, what are we and how we came out to be? I think a very good answer to that would be, well, to find their own meaning, of course, that's one. But second, I would say that it would be for them to, if I'm in this form I am right now, basically I'm getting born, I'm being brought into this world, and I'm approximately about to live some years. Let's say 70 years, 75 years of life. Okay, what is the most important thing I'm supposed to do in that lifespan? Someone could say that it is to find your purpose and do your own thing, or discover new things, or learn, or make great relationships, and basically be the best version you can possibly be and create a great character, And I would say to that one great answer to that question, what someone is supposed to do with their lifespan in a way that they're not going to regret it, of course, is that make this existence in a way not just worthwhile, but feel your presence in a way that you're saying that, yeah, this is definitely the thing I was meant to do when I was born and brought into this world. When people try to do new things, and for the most part they're trying to find themselves, or they're trying to in a way not just experiment, but more like sort of figure things out. Well, most people do that, okay, and some may as well succeed in their own ways. Anyways, the thing is that many people still don't find out, and I have the impression that they lack presence. It's just that you can do all the good in the world, you can make the biggest mistakes in the world again, and still, in a way, it will still be the same, because we can think of it as a constant balance. You may as well try to be the best person you could possibly be. Sorry for that. Too annoying. You can try to be the best person you could possibly be, of course. And when you try to do that, or try to do something big that you, of course, do not know how to do, you are eventually going to do mistakes that you didn't want to do. Basically, when you realize that you need both of them to grow, mistakes need to happen. And for many reasons, probably, most of them I also do not even know myself, bad intentions also are going to exist. They will continue to exist for as long as humans exist and have a lot of, in a way, flavors, a lot of different personalities in this entire world. That's just a natural thing. When someone is ought to do good things, may as well be from the bottom of their hearts because they want to act with beautiful acts. Also, a person who has got a lot of, I don't know, that may as well sound a bit cringe, too much evil in his heart or her heart, and basically acts horribly, may as well have some justified reasons why he or she wants to act like that. And what I'm trying to say basically is that everything is almost natural, regardless how we exist. If you want, for example, to help an old person go across the street, you can do it. Almost everyone is going to agree with it. But at the same time, if you don't want to spend time on this and don't want to put attention and try for this, it's in a way also acceptable, even if it sounds a bit ugly or wrong. Everything is balanced. So as long as someone is aware of that sort of balance, and at the same time is the person that knows, just knows that this world is just complete without needing you to do anything out of your way, really. You may as well have a greater sense of presence and much more better peace. It's just that I found this small little tool and that great advice to be something valuable, at least to me, and I thought that this was important, and I decided to make a video out of it. Well, I think this is gonna be it, and you are more than welcome to tell me what you think. And this is today's video. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you next time. Bye, and thank you so much.